nothing but fishing thing.
Right, welcome to another Nothing But Fishing. Pretty sure this is episode 82 now. Come down to Paulton Lakes. It's Wednesday the 14th, I think it is, or 15th? 15th. Wednesday the 15th of May. Actually a college day, but the excuse being that I'm doing a photo shoot. I needed the day off. Which is partly true. I'm going to be taking pictures of the river just behind these lakes, but that's not going to take all day, but fishing does, so this is serious business, and I hope she understands, but yeah, so kind of skiving, but it's for a good cause, and like I say, Paulton Lakes, I've never fished this place before. I've been fishing 7 odd years. I live about 10 minutes down the road from here. Walked around it several times, but never fished it. It's only probably about an acre and a half at most. So it's quite a small lake, but there's quite a lot of fish in here. Fish mid-20s, and apparently there used to be a fish around the 30 mark. So there's quite a lot of fish in here, but it can be a very hard lake. Because it's being such a small lake, it's kind of quite pressured. So the fish kind of know. They wised up, I guess, but now hopefully I'll have 1 or 2. Just 1 fish would be nice, because I know there are some nice fish in here, quite old looking fish as well, some of them. So yeah, I'm feeling quite good about it. I've chosen a little swim on the left hand side of the lake, got left rod 2 just off the island by a couple of feet, and the right rod is just down in the right margin. Trying out some different bait as well that I got down a local tackle shop. Some new bait you got down there, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, here for the day. Rods are right. It's raining, overcast. It's not very warm, but it's looking carpy. So, as always, fingers crossed, we'll have something. Right, so in this bucket, there's a couple of kilos of the bait I'm going to be using today. It's a new bait that my local tackle shop's got. It's from Cotswold Baits, sweet chilli spod mix. It's a mixture of maize, sweet corn, hemp and groats, all mixed up in like a sweet chilli red mixture. I then added a couple of kilos of pellet to it, which is soaked up nicely, so the pellets are quite soft, not overly soft, they've still got quite a lot of firmness to them, but they've soaked up some of that flavour, so when it's in the water it will release. That's what it looks like. It's a lovely smell. It's not too overpowering, but it's a lovely red colour which has stained my hands from using it. But yeah, it's nice and sweet, well, sweet chilli. But it looks lovely, mixture of colour, different sized baits. So if the fish pick up on the smell, they'll get grubbing around for all the different food. But that smell is heavenly. Like I say, it's got hemp in it and a mixture of other things. It smells lush, and I've got some of that down the right margin and also some out to the island. So kind of put all my eggs in one basket with this bait. Hopefully that it will give me an edge. Nice smell, lots of different colour, buoyancies, just getting grubbing about. That's the plan anyway, and hopefully that'll grab me a fish. It's actually now 10:30, No touches or anything on either rod. Recast the left rod with the PV bag on, still had nothing. So just stood in my swim for a while, watching the lake, and I spotted in just off the left margin, probably about 5 foot out. They weren't big bubbles, but there's a lot of bubbles about this sort of size coming up in little lines, and quite a lot of them. So I thought that's obviously fish feeding there. So I wound in the left rod, put it down as delicately as I could, and that was about 2 minutes ago. And I've put a little bit of this spod mix out on it as well, just if there are fish feeding there, they'll get grubbing about for that stuff as well. I did actually see about 3 or 4 fish in a group just under the surface swimming along. I mean, it's only about 11 degrees and a tiny bit, well, the sun's trying to come through, so it's not exactly warm or sunny, but I saw a few just under the surface. So if I see any more like that, I may have to put a zig out. I didn't bring any floater set up today because I didn't think I'd need it with the weather forecast, but there we go. And the right rod I'm probably going to just recast in a bit just to check there's no tangles or anything, but that's in the right margin and that one hasn't done anything either. So there we go, bit of sun. And yeah, so stick at it, try different things, keep watching the lake. I mean, the good thing about fishing such a small lake is you can watch the whole thing at once pretty much, and see where the fish are. There's 3 lads fishing opposite me, so I'm kind of stuck to this side of the lake, but that's not a problem. There's still lots and lots of time to get fish. Convenience of being at a lake 10 minutes from your house is if you want to go back and get something, you can. Nothing's happening on the bottom, so I've brought the rods in, and just going to nip home, grab another rod, I'll get a 3rd rod, and set that up for an adjustable zig. That way I can sort of change the depth, because I don't think fish are really on the bottom. I've seen a few fish going around just under the surface, so I'm going to set an adjustable zig up, try it about a foot below, give that an hour or something, and then try a bit lower or something, and just try different depths. That's the great thing about the adjustable zig. You don't have to wind in all the time and change the zig length, and then if you want to go more, make another one up, you can just set it up and down. And I'll talk more about it when I got it back in my swim, but nearly at the car now, so in about half an hour I'll probably be back in my swim, so I'll show you through it then. Right, so this is the adjustable zig setup. Same float that I was using for surface fishing in episode 80, but it can be used as the adjustable setup as well. You've got a running lead. I've chosen, I think it's actually a 3 ounce, so it's quite heavy, but that's because it needs to stay in place when you're adjusting the height. And then it goes to the float, which obviously, like I said, it's what I use surface fishing. And then I've got probably about a foot long or a foot and a bit hook length with artificial dog biscuit on a hair right next to the hook. Now what that will do is I'll cast this out, lead will hit the bottom, and then that will be the adjustable, and if I let out some line, the lead will stay there and it will give me a bit longer. So just like a marker float setup, that's what the principle basically is, but it just allows you to be a lot more versatile with what height you want your zig rig to be at. So let's get this one out. Right, well, that's my photo shoot done. That's the reason I had the day off college. So I thought I'd get that out of the way before the evening, because most lakes pick up towards the later hours of the day into the evening. So now I've got it done. The time is 20 to 4, so got another good 5 hours fishing. So yeah, all the pictures done. That'll keep my teacher happy. But now let's try and get a fish on the bank, because it's been a very, very slow day. Unbelievably slow. So anyway, see you back in my swim. It's quarter to 8 now. Not so much as a beep all day. Probably going to stay on for another hour or so. I'll probably stay till dark, but it's been so dead all day. I'm not feeling very confident at all, so thought I'd do an end vlog while there's still enough light. It hasn't happened today. I mean, there's only 2 fish come out, and that was one of the 3 lads that were opposite me. There's someone else fishing, there are 2 people fishing now to the left of me on the surface. I think they've got them feeding, but they haven't had anything yet. So yeah, it's just been very, very hard going. It's been windy, well, we've had wind, rain, sun, all in the space of just a day, but nothing. And, unfortunate, but it's quite nice to be out. I mean, especially as today was meant to be a college day. I don't think I've done too badly, but yeah, it hasn't happened. So I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Cheers for watching, and as always, subscribe if you aren't already, and add me on Facebook, Nuffinbutfishing. I'll see you again, and hopefully then we'll have a fish.